Welcome back to the channel. We begin today's episode by crossing the Florida-Georgia line. These beautiful stretch of roads right before the state line leaving Florida into Georgia. It's going to be a beautiful day. We've got blue skies and quiet. This is the state line right here. Just came from Florida. Tallahassee, about 20 miles that way. That's where I stayed this weekend. And about 5 miles and a couple turns that way will be our first stop. The birthplace of an American legend. So quiet, isn't it? Look at this. We got a couple friends over here. Hello, horsies. Good morning. You're right on the Florida-Georgia line. You see where the tree line is? That's the state line right here. Stopped at this crossroads. Bethpage and Meridian. Check this out. Not too far from our first stop. Look at this old store. Right here at this crossroads. Just sitting here vacant. Windows are cracked open right there. Tin siding. It's a pretty large structure. Goes all the way back here. Let's take a peek in the window. Very old door. Screen door. Oh, we can't. It's all boarded up. No peek. Wow, that's old. Just come around the other side. We are nearest Thomasville, Georgia. And about 2 miles, actually less than that, up there is our first stop. And right here, I'm pulling off. This is it. Oh wow, this is awesome. Welcome to the birthplace of Jackie Robinson. Cicadas. Wow, it's so quiet out here. And this is so beautiful. One of the greatest baseball players of all time, an American legend. I have celebrated Jackie Robinson my entire life. Number 42 of the Brooklyn Dodgers. We'll read that sign in just a second. The former cabin that Jackie was born in sat right here. All that remains is the chimney. That was little Jackie Robinson's fireplace, his family's. That's so cool. Very old. It's blocked out with a chain link fence, about 5 feet high. Zoomed in a little bit so you can see the brick. What a relic. Glad it's being preserved. It's cool how this flower bush has grown up around the historic sign, kind of protecting it, comforting it. Birthplace of Jackie Robinson, first African American in modern day Major League Baseball. The person who broke the color barrier in the major leagues. I'm gonna read the sign further, just walking around, seeing the best angle. Car coming down the road now, you can really hear it. It's very quiet out here. I think I'm going to go back around. It's easier to read on the other side. But here's the back side of the former Robinson home's chimney. Also, I see some bamboo back there. You see all that bamboo? Oh yeah, there's bamboo all the way around. Bamboo. Robinson was born here on January 31st, 1919, before he and his family moved to California in 1920. After attending UCLA, serving in the U.S. Army, and playing in the Negro American Baseball and International Leagues, Robinson played for the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947, breaking Major League Baseball's color barrier. Adding to his many athletic accomplishments, he served as a special assistant to New York Governor Nelson Rockefeller, established the first African-American modern bank, Freedom National Bank, and provided housing for the underprivileged through his construction firm. Robinson died in 1972. The house burned in 1996. What a legacy. And that's just a fraction of the impact that Jackie Robinson had upon this earth, baseball, culture. I'm getting goosebumps on my goosebumps standing here. It's an honor to be here. So Jackie and his family only lived here for a year until he moved to California. But this is the birthplace of an American legend. And thanks to MLB.com, I pulled up a picture of Jackie right there, known as a second baseman. He was right-handed. He was an infielder. He played mostly second base, but he also played, I was reading first base and third base. Right there is his career regular season averages. At-bats, 5,002. He had a .313 batting average, 141 home runs, 763 RBIs, runs batted in, stolen bases, 200. Little bio here. Cairo, Georgia is technically where we're at, near Thomasville. Looks like he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962. Died October 24th, 1972. The number 42, Jackie's number, retired in the major leagues. No one can wear that jersey, 4-2. And it's always an honor to see the number 4-2 when you were at the games. Always hanging up in the stadiums. Jackie's jersey, no matter the team. Doesn't matter. No one will ever wear that number except on Jackie Robinson Day. What a great accomplishment. What a great achievement. This is an honor to be out here, guys. To start this video, the birthplace of an American legend. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J, and this is the end of a long weekend trip. I stayed mostly in the Tallahassee area, just 30 miles south of here. I have to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna scoot across southern Georgia, southern central Georgia, and explore. Kind of like we do in Florida. This is gonna be a bit of a roadside attractions and an abandoned places journey. There's a lot of things to see. I hope you enjoy the ride. There's much ahead. So I saw an old house off of the road in the distance, back over in here. This looks like maybe an old farm. Yeah, there's a house right here. Wow. Look at that. That's a relic. Looks like there's several buildings out here. Oh yeah, it's an old farm. Look at these old barns. Whoa. Yeah, this is like 1800s. House looks a little newer though. Hello? Yeah, this is just sitting out here abandoned. And as tall as the grass is, I think someone's keeping up with this property. I don't see any no trespassing signs, so to be careful I backed away a little bit. I'm beyond the fence now, this gate. These barns, really old. That looks like an old corn crib. And that one over there, tool shed. Don't have too many old barns like this in Florida, just across the line there. Look at the logs, that really tells its age. That thing's been sitting out here for a long time. Love finding stuff like this. And I am now back on Meridian Road, continuing north towards Thomasville. I'd say about a third of the things you'll see in this video today were planned. The rest, off the cuff. Let's see what we can find. I love this, much ahead. I literally pulled over on the side of the road just to show you this. I like Southwest Georgia, it's beautiful. I didn't expect these hills here. I think there's some cattle out there moving around, way out there. If you're wondering where I'm standing, it's before this fence line, before this crossroads. We're heading straight after we stop there towards Thomasville. All right, I got the coordinates on my map here. Looks like this is on some sort of a plantation property, plantation security. Might just be going in a different way. Sometimes the GPS routes you have weird ways. Some old houses out here. Uno Hill Road War Cottages. Huh, that's a really old house right there. Wonder what this is. I'm just breezing by this property. What I'm looking for is up ahead. All right, so this is the Pebble Hill Plantation. I'm looking for a specific thing that's on this property. I think I just accidentally Made a wrong turn. It's on the other side. Okay. So what I'm looking for is over here, and I think somehow I made a wrong turn. Look at this. This looks like an old mill, smokestack. This was the old plantation power station. The door's wide open. So I took a wrong turn somewhere and I accidentally got back in here. I'm trying to get through this property. That's pretty amazing. Look at that. Some magnolia trees. Horse stables. Alright, so I found what I'm looking for. It is on this property. Had no clue. It's back here, down this little dirt road. Alright, so I found what I'm looking for. Little did I know before I started coming here that this was actually on this plantation's property on the backside. This is real Georgia, by the way. This is beautiful, isn't it? Over here, straight ahead, what is known as Little Noah's Ark. It's a boat. Check it out. Little Noah's Ark. This popped up on my radar a couple years back. I saw a picture of it and I was like, if I'm ever in Southwest Georgia, I gotta stop by and see this. Little did I know it was on the backside of a historic plantation. I drove through slowly. I kind of looked around for someone. I have not seen a soul out here as big as this place is. I'm kind of wondering if someone's going to come say hello. No one so far. It's got a pelican on the bow there. Faded, but there's several animals painted in each one of the windows up here. I think I see a tiger up there. Some horses. Maybe a kangaroo. Over here we got like a rhino. An elephant. Some hippopotami. Hippopotami. So there is a door here. Oh wow. I think you can go inside. Oh my gosh. Whoa. This is amazing. Check it out. I'm inside the ark and look, 2x2. Animals. And there's Noah. This is great. These are beautiful paintings, by the way. There's animals everywhere, of course. Try to show them all. Some armadillo. Look at that. Maybe we'll find some history in here. Some bears. This is incredible. All right, I think I've shown you all the animals. Take a screenshot, make it last longer. You gotta look everywhere. There's some of them hiding. Oh, there's the ducks. Quacktastic. Even got grasshoppers. Hello, Noah. Noah's holding a white dove. Symbol of peace. All right, we do have some history here. Mural paintings of animals by J. Clinton Shepherd of Palm Beach, Florida. Look at that. Outside windows left to right. Okay, they have everything logged and depicted. Lions, giraffes, tigers, so that was the front. Those weren't horses. Water buffaloes, the list goes on here. Every animal that you see in here is listed inside small panels. Just going slow. Feel free to take a screenshot. Also, look at this. Pebble Hill Plantation. Welcome to Noah's Ark at Pebble Hill. Fun fact, this unique boat-shaped building was once a place where guests would change into their swimming suits. Ah! The last owner of Pebble Hill, Mrs. Pansy, asked an artist named Clinton Shepherd to paint this beautiful mural of wildlife from all around the world. Many of these animals are from Pebble Hill. Can you find, oh, there's a little game here. Can you find all of these? 1 through 10. What do you want to look for? Let's go with the bluebird. Let's find the bluebird and the possum. Bluebird's right up there in the corner. And I thought I saw the possum somewhere. Where are you? He's probably down below. Possum. Anyone see it yet? Oh, right there. Oh, possum, my possum. That's cool, right next to the bobcat. Thanks for having us, Noah. Just noticed, not only is there animals painted, there's a lot of food, of course. You gotta feed your animals. My favorite right here, the banana and the orange. That was absolutely my breakfast yesterday. Orange juice and a banana. And just down the hill, between the ark and the lake, there's a treehouse. I would have been all over that when I was a kid. They've got a nice little vantage point of the water down there. It's a neat treehouse. I even see like some plastic play telescopes on the rails of the decking. All right, so when you're in Southwest Georgia, come over and see Noah's Ark at the back of Pebble Hill Plantation. I'm all alone. It's a ghost town out here. I think we got some geese crossing the road up here. This is cool. I'll let them go by. Don't worry, take your time. We got all day. They stopped. I think I scared them. They're just kind of stopped in the road now. They were crossing before. Some already have over there. All right, guys. Take your time. We got all... Oh no, they're coming back. They're coming back. All right, this is awesome. Hello. All right, thanks everyone. Appreciate you getting off the road for me. Have a good day. I just realized I went through the service entrance. That's the way it routed me. It's one of those things where you just put the address in and don't realize where you're going. I saw security on my way out. He gave me a wave, so there you go. Before you come, know. That's what happened. I'm heading to Thomasville. We're heading north. And an old abandoned restaurant. Wonder what this used to be. This sits right before Thomasville. Actually, right out here in the middle of the road. I'll show you in a second. Past this sign to the former restaurant. That's a unique shape. What is this? Was this a Dairy Queen maybe? Huh. Almost looks like a face. There you go, there's the other side. Huh. What was this? What were you? It almost looks like, ooh, almost looks like an old Waffle House. A little bit. And look at that, right in the middle of the road. Welcome to Thomasville. City of Thomasville. Established 1826. It's a lot older than Tampa. AC repair, Bussy Auto Service, Green's Paint and Body Shop. Some old relics. Crossing the railroad tracks. Looks like an old service station there on the corner. Remington and Jackson Street. And check this out. Thomasville, Georgia. An impressive water tower that sits before the Bottom. Guess that's what they call this side of town. The park over here called the Bottom. It's got a nice little rose to the right of Thomasville. Sun hitting it just right so we can see it this morning. But now a whole lot closer. I actually moved my car behind this, a parking lot. The Bottom District. It says over here to the right, the significance of the Bottom to local African American history. The 300 block of West Jackson Street, known as the Bottom, developed shortly after the turn of the 20th century as predominantly African American business district during the era of Jim Crow segregation. The Bottom District became a vibrant hub for African American owned restaurants, dry cleaners, barbers, physicians, pharmacies, insurance companies, and more. The Ritz Theater, the namesake of the modern Ritz Amphitheater and Park, was a center for entertainment for local African American community. Reverend Earl Williams Jr., former mayor and council member of the city of Thomasville. It says that Reverend Earl Williams Jr. was a leader throughout his life and a man of many firsts, the first African American to play on the United States Marine Corps baseball team the first African-American assistant principal of Thomas County Central High School, the first African-American principal of Thomas County Central Middle School, the first African-American chairman of the local Salvation Army, the first African-American president of the Georgia Association of Educators, the first African-American Thomasville City Council member, and the first African-American mayor of the city of Thomasville. That's amazing. Reverend Earl Williams Jr. goes on to tell more history. Feel free to take a screenshot as always. It says he was born March 27, 1935, died February 1st, 2018. That is extraordinary history right there. All right, so I walked across the street here because I saw something. Looks like they've torn down the former building here, and look what they found on the side of the wall. Check this out. I think you see it. Drink Coca-Cola. An old Coca-Cola mural. I'm gonna say recently discovered. Sometime they had to build this portion, this building now it's gone. They had to build this at some point, covering up that mural, and now it's exposed. That's pretty cool. Remember when we went to Coke World in Atlanta, learned the history of Coke in Georgia? We're not too far from where it was created. I don't know what this business is, but I like the name of it. Chicks on Bricks. Oh, okay. Bricks. I think that's what they're getting at. There's a sculpture here. It says it's called Eagles in Flight by David S. David, sculptor, 1995. It's an eagle. Looks like it's bronze. It's pretty cool. And it sits right before the Thomas National Bank here on Broad Street. All right, so I'm at the top of the hill now. This is Broad, very quiet. There's a lot of cars, and I think most of the town is at the First Baptist Chapel right now. It is Sunday. Washington and Broad. I'm gonna head down Broad Street, pass on by the county courthouse. Check this out. The morning sun hitting it. Without it, still beautiful. Look at that tower. That is an old building in great shape. Motorcycles. And a little closer, we are in Thomas County. Thomasville, Thomas County. Some history right over here. We're gonna read it, of course. Thomas County was created by legislative acts of December 23rd and 24th, 1825, introduced by Thomas J. Johnson and named for General Jet Thomas, War of 1812 hero. First settlers included John Paramore, Shad Rick Atkinson, E. Blackshear, N.R. Mitchell, and John Hill Bryan. The first governing justices were Aaron Everett, Thomas Delkey, Duncan Ray, Simon D. Hadley, and A. McMillan. The home of prosperous farms, beautiful mansions with industry and culture working side by side. And this is still an operating courthouse. I see signs for tax assessor and tax commissioner, second floor and ground floor. And look at that. The water tower, into frame as well. Now that's a postcard right there. Hold on. There you go. It's a beautiful building. Very colonial. And this monument looks like it's made out of granite. Captain John Triplett died August 19th, 1914. This stone was erected to his memory by the citizens of Thomas County who loved him for his many good deeds. Captain John Triplett. In memorial, 1914. That would have been right before World War I, the Great War, or right during it. And walking around the side here, you can walk all the way around this courthouse. I love the white stone. Check out this blue fountain. Blue. I've never seen such blue water. Now, I don't think that's natural. I think what it is, yeah, the basin's painted blue. So it just makes the water look blue with the sun hitting it. It says right here, Mitchell Fountain, T.C. Mitchell Fountain. The restoration of the T.C. Mitchell Fountain was made possible through the generous donations of many Thomasville and Thomas County citizens. That placard was put there in 1985. So this is an original fountain to this courthouse. I'm looking for some more history on the courthouse itself. Yeah, the crane's just spitting out the water there. That is an old fountain, 1800s fountain. So there's no actual history posted of when they constructed Thomas Courthouse, but I did a brief search on my phone. This courthouse constructed in 1858. So 32 years after the founding of Thomasville. It's a beautiful courthouse. One of my favorites I've ever seen. And so far this town is very peaceful and beautiful. I can see why people live here. We haven't even gone down Broad Street. Also, there's a couple other things that are going on down here. Not downtown, but other things, other locations I want to see. And I'm now walking up Broad Street. This looks like the main strip. Broad Street, aka Main Street. This building's pretty cool. Looks like it's some sort of a baking museum. Flowers, Foods, History, 1919 to 2019. The baking exhibit. This is the Heritage Center. Looks like an old post office. It is the old post office. It says it right there. National Register of Historic Places, Old Post Office, 1915. And it says right here in 2019, this became the Thomasville Heritage Center. It's an awesome building. I can see why they preserved it. Check this out. No skateboards or rollerblades allowed. Look at this little park. That's really neat. And this is the basement of the post office entry. And then check this out. If you come over here, you can see the water tower. That's really nice. Heritage Center. Wish it was open. Not open. Sunday. There's the front of the church, by the way, on Broad Street. That's where everyone's at right now. I'm just gonna let this roll so I can capture the atmosphere for you. This is Broad Street. I came in this way. There's a lot of businesses, restaurants, old buildings. It's a really nice town. There's something called the Chop House there, a little steakhouse. So on the corner, a couple of signs here posted. It looks like they have a Victorian Christmas stroll, December 12th and 13th, coming up, 2024. The Great American Main Street, continued shopping and dining along Madison Street and Jackson Street. Also something called the Rose Festival. Okay, so this is like Georgia's Rose City. I'm from Newcastle, Indiana. We originally were called Rose City. We were the rose capital of the Midwest at one point. A lot of greenhouses. Just adding there, personal history. This is really cool. I can imagine those festivals are pretty awesome. That building, 1885. 1885. 1885. Looks like it's some sort of a gift shop. Lights are on, but closed. Everything closed. And across the street from 1885. That's a cool old car there. Wow, what year is it? This was the Balfour Saloon. Now like a furniture store. I've been to a lot of towns so far in America. This one very well preserved. Must be a lot of money coming through Thomasville, because these buildings are in great shape. All right, I'm heading back to my car. See what else we can find. Much ahead. 11 o'clock. The bell tower still works. Missed a couple rings, so you should get about 8 or 9. And just a quarter of a mile up from the next stop, observing, this is a beautiful town. One of the nicest towns I've ever been in. Lots of beautiful historic homes like that one. And now at the corner of Mitchell and Clay Street, it's a cool building here. Across the way, McIntyre Park, established 1893. In this park, there's a historic oak tree, and that's why I came over here. All right, I'm way off. Wrong park. Whoops. It's like one of those things they say, you know it when you see it. The corner of Monroe Street and Crawford Street. In this park, the big oak. Beautiful, historic live oak tree. This is one of the largest, oldest live oak trees east of the Mississippi River. Let's check it out. It reminds me of our live oak tree that sits off of Tampa Bay in Safety Harbor with its long branches and the braces holding it up. Yeah, this is beautiful. Quiet town, man. It's really quiet. 1787 to 1987, the National Arborist Association and the International Society of Arboriculture jointly recognized this significant tree in this bicentennial year as having lived here at the time of the signing of the Constitution. 1976 would have been the bicentennial. This sign here says the big oak, aged 339 years, spread 155 feet, height 70 feet, trunk 27 feet, circumference, whoa, and variety, type, live oak. Look at the plants growing on. Ferns, air plants. This is majestic. This is freaking gigantic. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, this is the largest live oak tree I think I've ever been to. It's a little bigger than the one in Safety Harbor. The one in Safety Harbor you can't get this close to. Like a big tree fort in there. Oh look, it's smiling. Look. It's Cyclops. See it? And there's steel rods. Look at this, threaded rods where they've kept or bonded the branches to keep them from splitting apart over the years. And look how the tree is like grown out around the bars. See this? Grew into it. Mother Nature, life finds a way. This is awesome. And a sign over here says the big oak will continue to grow if we respect her age. No climbing, please. Yeah. Don't want to climb on that. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Oh wow. This branch. They put up a giant like telephone pole here. Oh, I'm see. Look. I thought these were telephone poles. These are braces. That's neat. I've never seen anything like that before. Holding that massive branch. 1, 2, and 3. The big oak. Almost went to the wrong park. So, I'm running out of time. I gotta start making my way south to Florida soon. There's one more thing I'm gonna check out here in Thomasville, and then we're heading southeast. And now on Dawson Street, up here ahead, is a historic home, a very unique historic home, and a famous one too, from what I read. It's a very unique looking structure. I saw a picture of it online. Looks like we're almost, there it is right there. The Lapham-Patterson home. Whoa, church bells in the distance. Kind of hear it. It is noon. Kind of eerie. Hoping to find some history. I think I might. Just letting those church bells settle in, or set in. Busy road though. Gate opens towards street. That may be an invitation to go inside. I have never seen a home quite like this before. I like the choice of color too. There's a fountain over here that's going. So this is the Lapham-Patterson home. Thomas County Historical Society, Lapham-Patterson House, Georgia Department of Natural Resources, Parks and Historic Sites Division. Let's see if I can find some history. Wonder when this was built. This is really old right here. Walking around the side to see if I see a historical marker. Looks like we'll just have to go in the old Google device. Sometimes that happens. This is absolutely beautiful. It looks like it might be some sort of a museum. I see a accessibility ramp over there. Looks like the light's on. And coming around the back side of the house, Looks like you're able to rent this out. Wow. Check this out. Whoa. Look at that fireplace. Okay, that's amazing. I think I like the back side of the house better than the front. Whoa, here's an old garage. Reminds me of the garage you see in Back to the Future. Okay, let me find some history on this, since I don't see any. That's freaking amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4 chimneys. Antique carport. I can only imagine a horse and buggy once came under here, maybe a Model T Ford. Looks like the lights are on. Please use front door. Take a peek inside. Oh wow, that's beautiful. This looks like the study. Yeah, this is a museum. The only issue is I'm here on Sunday, or we would be able to go inside. That happens a lot. It happens a lot to me. I'm always exploring on Sundays. Alright, so I am at gastateparks.org. Just simply Googled Lapham-Patterson House. It says here, built between 1884 and 1885 as a winter cottage for prosperous shoe merchant C.W. Lapham of Chicago. The residence was well equipped with its own gas lighting system, hot and cold running water, indoor plumbing, and modern closets. Like many other successful northerners, Lapham came to the bustling resort town of Thomasville for its mild, pleasing climate and the supposed therapeutic value of pine-scented air. The Laphams sold the winter house in 1894, and it was resold in 1905 to James G. Patterson. The Pattersons remained in possession of this house until 1970. So there you go, the Lapham-Patterson House. Reservations and facilities. You can rent this house out for weddings and event spaces, picnic area, bus parking. This is owned by the state of Georgia. It's pretty neat. There's also a little tour right there. All right, I didn't come in the gate, but I'm going out the gate. '80s gate. Can't make it out. It does say Covington, I think something company, manufacturing company of Covington, Kentucky. And this is across the street, just so you see what's going on here. Very 1940s looking bungalow, maybe 1930s. All right, I know I said this was the last thing, but one more thing. I just want to see the History Center. It's right up the street here. And just a block up the street, Thomasville History Center. Looks a lot like Monticello. Never been to Monticello, but it looks like it. Thomas Jefferson's place. That's what it reminds me of. Very colonial. Museum of History, also closed on Sunday. Dang it. Some historic photos here by the door. A lot of history in Thomasville. I feel like I could spend more time here. I'm gonna have to make an effort to come back. All right, here's a carport. This place is a lot bigger. Out back, several other buildings. Another beautiful historic fountain. Yeah, this place is huge. Okay, I don't want to go too far because I feel like I'll be back through Thomasville someday. Look at this. Young's College. Dormitory stone. These are cornerstones of buildings. Former buildings. The McKinley tree. And I started heading east on 38 here, still in Thomasville. And I caught this filling station that's straight out of the 80s, or at least. Golden Oil Company. It's got the old pumps. Not the antique pumps. Well, antique now. But this is what the pumps looked like when I was a kid. Wow. Not open today. Look at that old mailbox there. Diesel. It's a cool old shop. I just had to show this. There's the office. That is really neat. You don't see them like this anymore. Very classic. Even got the old Napa oil filters on the pumps, fuel filters. Used to sell those. Used to sell a lot of those actually. In the distance, the East Water Tower of Thomasville. Just wanted to highlight this old sign here, the old pole sits before the gas station. All right, heading southeast on Highway 38. Again, I've never been to this part of Georgia, and I really like it so far. The next town up ahead, along the way home, is Boston. We're going to Boston, Georgia. Boston, city limit. Now check this out. Home of Billy Boo Taylor of the Oakland Athletics, and also hometown of Jesse Small, Dr. Jesse Small, of the Philadelphia Eagles. They're from Boston, Georgia. That's really cool. I wonder if they thought of home every time they both played Boston. Patriots and the Red Sox. Billy Boo Taylor, that's awesome. And welcome to the Boston Depot train station. Looks a lot like the train stations we've seen before in Florida. Looks like this is another event center. The train tracks. Check this out. Very quiet town. Parked over there, that's like the Main Street area. Post office. Water tower, grain silos. Quiet. Also, it smells really good. Someone's barbecuing. I think this is a restaurant. All right, there's something going on over there, that street. I think that's where I smell the food. This is a silo room at the Boston Depot. Reservations right there. Take a peek in the window. Oh, yeah. It's nice. It's an event center. There's an old mural right there on the brick, if you can make it out. It's probably easier to read it on camera because of the sunlight. We'll make our way around town, but yeah, there's a restaurant. Hey, something's open on Sunday in Georgia. Smells great. Just letting the camera roll. So there's more activity down this side street. It's a cool town. Oh yeah. That's where that smell's coming from. So yeah, that's what I was seeing. Walk down there eventually. That smells so good. Once the cars get away, hear that? The day the earth stood still. It's a little too quiet. Look at that. Barely any wind too. Oh, that's neat. They turned that into like a park, that old building. It's a walk-through. That's pretty. And at the corner of Jefferson and Main, this looks like the main intersection here in town. An old filling station. Also an old building over here. Ooh, a pizzeria. Buzzery Pizza and Mead. Andy's. Andy's. Reminds me of a place called Andy's in Spiceland, Indiana when I was a kid. Used to go with my grandpa. Spiceland, a little smaller than this town. Yeah, this is cool. Old service station. Looks like the lifts were right over here. Neato. Abandoned, Georgia. Looks like the police station's down here. Let's go take a look at the cop's house. Old building here along the way. Looks like it's a real estate. Charity Trader Associates. Land, plantations, timberland, farms, estates, real estate. Closed today. Picturesque. Welcome to the Boston Police Department. Alright, that's a postcard right there. You got the car, you got the sign, you got the brick building. The corner of Sioux and Main Street. Also right next door, the fire department, which I heard them just go out. Get a little bit closer. 120 Main Street, BPD. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna take a couple of photos here. Act like I'm in Boston, maybe post it on social. Little teasers. What are you doing in Boston, Jay? I'm vlogging it, bro. Nah, I'm not gonna post it, but that would be funny. I'll send it to my mom. I'll pretend, hey mom, I'm in Boston now. I just told her I was in Georgia, so she's gonna be like, what? I think the police station's closed. I'm sure someone's on call though. Gotta be, right? Barney Fife, maybe? Barney Fife type, no offense. That's what I think of when I see one police car, small town. I think of Mayberry, of course. Okay, I'm gonna peek in here. I know I breezed by it. Want to see this little park. Boston Mercantile Company, old general store. Boston's old country store. Was in a country store last night. It's really nice. A lot of antiques in there. So this is Breezeway Furniture. Closed on Sundays. This is really pretty. Oh, look what they did here. I think there's someone down there. Cutting through Watt Park, W-A-T-T. The sign back there on the corner. Nice little event center for the community. At first I thought this was turf. That's real grass. Really nice grass. Oh wow, this place looks amazing. No way. There's a burger and a beer on the side. That's really tempting. So this is called Silo, The Silo. And it says here, open on Sundays, 12 to 3. This is literally the first restaurant I've seen all day open in Georgia. You know, besides fast food and whatnot. Looks like they're closed on Thursdays. Brunch special today, sausage, pancakes with blueberry and 2 eggs. Mmm, and a Philly burger. Sauteed onions, peppers, mushrooms, provolone. That sounds delicious. It's just an old barn. It's a cool mural. Alright, just had to show it. It smells so good. Old loading dock here to this building. Old mailbox sitting there. Alright, now back in my car. I'm gonna make one more stop on the way, just showing you the old water tower. Right along the railroad tracks. Old co-op. Silos. There's a wagon there. These silos make me think I'm back home. Original home, Indiana. And I've come back out to 38. I passed this on the way in. I said, hey, I gotta come back and see this. Dillon Candy Company, right behind me. Pecan rolls, pralines, brittle. Factory store. Now a couple years back, Chris the girl and I visited the birthplace of the pecan roll at Stuckey's, the birthplace of Stuckey's, up in central Georgia. Let's add another candy factory to our list. Also, we've hit up the Russell Stover's outlets before too. I didn't know that Dillon Candy Company was from right here in Boston. Actually, yesterday in the Florida State Caverns gift shop, they were selling a Dillon Candy Company pecan roll. I almost put it in the video. I may have. I just remember saying, oh wow, I've had Stuckey's and Bucky's log rolls before, in the same video by the way, but I've never had a Dillon. I almost bought it, and I can't get one today either because they're only open Monday through Friday. Dillon Candy Company, established 1918, I believe, right here in Boston, Georgia. Sorry, no public restroom. Ooh, that's good to note. There's the website right there. Regular store hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And just like the whole day, we're just gonna peek in the window. Oh wow, you can see the whole showroom right there. That's it. That's really nice. Oh yeah, you can see in there. Looks like there's a menu up there. Man, I'm hungry. Boston, Georgia. There you go. Okay, heading southeast. Heading towards the Florida line. There's something along the way I want to see. Something I actually planned today. All right. So the road I'm on just turned into this all of a sudden. So I got this car. All-wheel drive. There's an old church down here. Welcome to Dixie, Georgia. Look at this. Dude, that's the roots of the tree right there. Whoa. I'm like down in a gully. Alright, this is cool. You gotta have a 4x4 all-wheel drive car like this one to live down here. Look at that kudzu out there. All grown up. Whoa, gotta be very careful here. bridge. Look at this. Old wooden bridge, a little stream down there. That's insane. This is called Liberty Church Road, if you're interested in coming down it. And at the end of Liberty Church Road, here in Dixie, there's an old historic church. An old cemetery. It says Ramsey Cemetery. So there's a dog back there somewhere. He ain't happy. Alright, it's saying on my map right here, I've arrived. Should be right here. Whoa. That is freaking beautiful. Oh my gosh. There's a historic sign. If it wasn't for that airplane, it would just be me and the birds as far as sound. Let's approach. That's an old sign. Liberty Baptist Church. Wow. Letting the camera roll. About to read the sign. Between 1837 and 1841, the Baptists in this section were stirred on missions, Sunday schools, ministerial support. In 1841, the I'm going to butcher this, Ochlocene Anti-Missionary Baptist Association passed a ruling to dismiss members believing in the new fangled institutions of the day. Disagreeing, Sister Nancy Hagen asked for her letter from Mount Moriah Church, and at her request was excommunicated. With Elijah Pack Smith, R.T. Staniland, James I. Baker, Mrs. Sarah Ann Groover, Mrs. Mary Smith, Mrs. Amanda Denmark, and Sam Whitfield, she organized this church. The first pastor was Elder R.J. May. Mount Moriah Church ceased to exist long ago. Okay, it says the same thing on the back side. Just gonna walk all the way around it. See if we can peek in the windows. Here we go. Looks like there's some furniture in there. Old wooden table, old box fan there. Really old box fan. Can't see much here. Looks like the kitchen. There's some old hymnals. Yeah, old hymnals right there. Here's the back. Looks like the back door all boarded up. It's definitely the kitchen in there. Looks like this backside was built on. Probably that 100 years ago. Yeah, that's the original church right there. Yeah. What a journey. Well worth the trip. Don't know if you can see it there. Hard to make out. Church is almost 200 years old. That's insane. Just sitting way out here in the middle of nowhere. You know, I didn't think about knocking on that door. Oh yeah, let me get the ghost meter. Churches are usually peaceful places. Spirits move on. But you never know. Sometimes the door could be open. Whoa. Alright, it's locked. I don't want to pull it open, but I could. It's not locked very well. I think there used to be a larger porch here at one point. don't think it has power anymore. Had to get a church in here somehow. I tend to show them. They're beautiful. A lot of old churches we've seen in Florida, but none this old. This could be older than most churches in Florida. I'd say a majority of them. Pretty cool. It's just sitting all the way out here on this dirt road. Dixie, Georgia. First time here, of course. All right, Dixie. Nice visiting you. Beautiful church. Love it. One of my favorites. Just because it's way out here, it's old and peaceful. And I'm officially 3 hours and 56 minutes away from home. Starting that way. Georgia corn out there. Getting watered. As I'm entering Florida, re-entering Florida, I'm about to hit 21,000 miles on my Subaru that I bought in January. Like I said, I'm gonna put a lot of miles on this car. I don't know how many videos I've ended here at the Florida Welcome Center. It's quite a few now. Might as well add another one to the list. I'm home. Almost. About 3 hours and some change, I'll be home. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. If it was your first time here, please feel free to subscribe below. Come on back. Also give the video a thumbs up, do all the things. I'm Tampa J. As I always say, there's much ahead. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, no matter who you are, what you're going through. Just know that there's always much ahead for you, my friend. I'm talking to you. No, you. Exactly. You. Florida.